Hi, good morning and welcome to Teaching Tuesdays. I am Michael Moore and we're here to talk about makeup for the mature woman. So we often get a lot of questions from a lot of our viewers because they see my beautiful assistant and model Sierra on air with me all the time, but they want to know how they can actually get their makeup done at their age range. So one of our clients is actually here with us today, Rosalie, and she's actually 78 years old and she's a very well kept 78-year-old. She's a woman who has believed in taking care of herself for a very, very long part of her life. She actually has taught yoga. She's got very good clean eating habits and all that kind of stuff. But what we're going to really be talking about is really how does that transcend into an everyday life. And even at 78, and for a woman who has taken such great care of herself over the years, she still has some areas of opportunities. I like to talk about it. She has a little bit of heaviness underneath her eyes, a little bit of discoloration on the face, and we're going to teach you how to diffuse that. You know, got to remember one thing about myself and our company is my whole philosophy is to look at the woman and never see the makeup on her face. So when I see a woman who is 78 years old, who I see a woman who's 28 years old, if the very first thing I notice is the makeup on her face, then I have to wonder, what is she covering up? Is it something that's inside that she's covering it? Is something on the outside that she doesn't like that she's covering it? And we're going to uncover it all for you today. So this might seem like a very like a subject we covered a couple of weeks ago, and we did, but we had to reshoot it because we had a little bit of an audio problem, and I want you to hear every little step of the way. So I'm going to step off here for a second, and I'm going to bring Rosalie on as our model and mask up, and we're going to take you from number one to all the way to the end of how to do makeup for a mature woman, okay? Rosalie, come on over and have a seat. I appreciate you being here today.
You're welcome.
Again, exactly.
It's fun.
So when you look at Rosalie, you look at how wonderful and bright she is on a natural basis. We're going to bring this a little bit closer so you can see it, up close and personal with a 78-year-old woman, okay? Hope you don't mind, okay? So she has taken really good care of her skin. You can tell that because you look at the skin. We're going to turn your head a little bit. You do see just a touch of discoloration right through here, but that happens a lot. And also on this side, the left side is when a person usually sees the discoloration a little bit more. And why is that? And go ahead and look right into the mirror again. Why is that? That is basically because when you're a driver, you tend to get that color on the side of your face a little bit more often, okay? So with that being said, we're going to start off because we're going to be putting some foundation on her face, but once again, foundation only needs to go where foundation needs to be. So we're going to start off with a wonderful product. A lot of you hear me talk about this. This is actually called Dewdrops, and this is in the color called Moonstone, because when you look at Rosalie's quite golden, but she has a little bit of this redness right through here, and just a little bit, as I said, I'm going to move that hair out of your eye there, doll. And we're going to be removing a little bit of this underneath your eye as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this, put just a very, very small amount onto your hand or to your finger, just like that. And then I'm going to take my finger and look all the way up from you, Rosalie. We're going to take this and we're going to put it underneath your eye. So at first you're going to look a little bit like the Tin Man, okay? And so we've put that right there. And so what happens, years ago I was taught this analogy. You know, when there is a rain on the road, you don't ever notice a what do they call them? A pothole, right? So with what happens if we put things on the face to reflect off what we don't like, then you don't see the imperfections on the face, or what we feel are the imperfections. Does that make sense, people? So you're taking that, you're filling the whole ocular cavity. This is also another great thing if you have deep nasal labial folds or even some lines right around the mouth. You can put that right through there. It's going to reflect that off a little bit underneath, right through here, a little bit right through there, and voila, you can automatically see how we're reflecting those lights off already. So now, we're going to be taking a very little light foundation onto Rosalie, and with this foundation, we're basically just using our foundation brush, and we're going to take this, and what I love about Rosalie's face is she doesn't need a lot of foundation. So when you think about the coloration right up through here, the outer perimeter, we're just basically going to be taking that right there. Now, years ago, when you were taught how to put foundation on, you were taught to put foundation all over the face, weren't you, Rosalie?
Yes.
Yes, you were. And a lot of times women were taught that because the foundation did not really match the skin. But now in modern technology, like here with More for Life, we actually do a custom blended foundation for you that matches your skin tone, type, and texture 100% of the time. So we're basically just brightening that up. Now also something that Rosalie has going on through here, she has the fringe on the forehead. So on the forehead, what's great about that is she is taking away any sort of discoloration, all that kind of stuff on the face, boom, 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 right through there, underneath her nose. And you always want to make sure you perfect the middle of the face, because when you're looking at a person, that's what you look at, right? So we're going to be doing that. Just a little bit of perfection. I'm going to come over on this side and look and see if there's anything else. Yeah, a little bit of brown spot right there. We're going to fix that for her. And voila, she's more than perfect now. A little bit on the nose there too. I always notice that we hold a little bit of darkness, a little bit of redness right through there. And it's simple, it's easy. But the other thing that Rosalie needs, and we have talked about this already, is she needs a little bit of concealer. So she's going to be taking our pot concealer in the natural textures, the organic texture, and we're going to be taking a concealer brush. This is the natural pot concealer. This is the color is called natural, but it is also natural as well. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take this and we're going to brighten up on the inside of the eye right through here, filling that whole little area. We're not going to take it all the way because a lot of times, now Rosalie does not have this, but a lot of times people will have fine lines and wrinkles right through here. Go ahead and smile for me. So you can actually see how she only gets them when she smiles. Now when she stops smiling, they go right away. So a lot of people, those lines, especially at, in our more mature ages, even at mine at 55, that you can actually get those lines that will really stay there. And I'm a firm believer, people, if you've got children, get your children into using eye cream at a young age. I sit there and I look at guys that are half my age and they've got roadmaps on their face already. Make sure you're using hydration, 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 okay? So you see that, and we've got a perfect palette right now to work with. You see a glow, you see freshness, and what mature person doesn't want to be thought of as being glowy and fresh, right, Rosalie? Exactly. Exactly. Glowy and fresh are the words we like to hear. So the other thing that happens as we age is we lose definition. Every woman that comes into me, I don't even care if they're Sierra's age or whatever, they're always looking at their eyelashes and their eyebrows, especially with the new phenomenon of how big and thick eyebrows are nowadays, right? But we don't want that really magic marker kind of look. So what we're going to do is we found a pencil that actually matches her skin tone, or actually her hair tone, but you notice how the eyebrows have basically diminished a little bit. So we're going to be taking this great pencil. It's called Arcology. We're going to basically just take this. We're going to be laying the base here, giving a definition, and then we're going to build the brow. So you basically lay it and shape it, and then you build it. And once again, as we age, we do need to look at that. If you're a person who deals with thyroid, you probably have an eyebrow that needs a little bit more attention as well. If you're going to be doing something where it's diminishing, you always want to fill that in, because as Shakespeare always said, the eyes are the windows to the soul, so the eyebrows are the frames to the soul. Now just look at that right away. All of a sudden it looks like this side is up and this side is down, or as I often say, it looks like you've already had a stroke on that side of your face. And take it from a person who has been paralyzed on both sides of my face. It's not a pretty look, okay? So you're going to take that, lay your base, because we want Rosalie to look fabulous when she goes off to her luncheon today that she's going to be going to. And she's going to lift that, simple, simple, easy, and fresh. And then take your little spoolie that's on the other end, and you're going to basically build this and lift it. So you don't want it to look like you just used a magic marker on your brow. And you're taking that and just softening it and giving a fresh look. Now, as we also talked about with Rosalie, she's got a little bit of a dark circle underneath your eye. Hence the reason we use the organic, natural concealer base, right? So if you notice, close your eye for 1 second. If you notice, there's also color texture right there. So for a quick and easy version of Rosalie, she doesn't even really need to wear eyeshadow. You can go ahead and open now. She doesn't really need to wear eyeshadow, but you do want to use an eyeshadow base called Spotlight, which will be really nice just as a simple, easy thing. You can actually just put this right onto the eye, just like this, and she's got a quick and easy eyeshadow. But also, when she's going to be going to a luncheon like she is going to today, she can actually use a eyeshadow right on top of this. It is going to be powder or cream, and we have chosen to use a cream, which we're going to show you in just a minute with Rosalie. So just look at how that glow right there. So when somebody has a little bit of darkness on their lid, you already have an eyeshadow on. And so if we just take this with the eyebrow, going to the eyeliner, going to mascara, you've got a complete eye for a quick and easy Rosalie being out and being her active self, which she is incredibly active all the time, aren't you, Rosalie?
Of course.
Yes, I mean, you are a fast-paced woman all the time. My God, you know, we had to reshoot this, but we had to wait a week for her, you know, because I'm sure she was probably digging all of her neighbors out of the snow, right? Exactly. She was the first one out there in the snowdrift, right? Exactly. So what we're going to do now is we're going to actually be using one of our cream eyeshadows from More for Life called Graphic. And what I do is I love this. See, take this. It's a wonderful creamy eyeshadow base, which is a cream eyeshadow. So you're going to just take this. We're going to use a simple little brush for this. I like to always use the back of my hands as my dabbing agent or my blending agent. And you're going to take this. You're going to put it right into the root of those eyelashes. It's nice, it's hydrated, but it's also very long wearing. It's great for somebody who just wants a very light shimmer, a light color, a wash across the eyelid. And then we're going to take it to the next eye. Same thing, getting it right down into the root, blending that, building it. Boom, 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 boom. Simple and easy. Boom. Go ahead and open your eyes and look. So you see how the face and the eyes are coming together now? And we have a woman who is coming out of darkness, okay? So
A bright light.
exactly, into a bright light, exactly. So what we're now going to do is we're going to actually be taking an eyeliner. And one thing I always tell people is when you're over the age of 40, you need to have a navy eyeliner in your wardrobe. And why navy? Navy instantly gives a rested look to your eyes. Now at 78, I bet you anything, Rosalie looks into the mirror and she goes, I need to look more rested right now, don't I? Yes. So we're going to be taking the navy, the Lush Navy pencil, and you see it right here. It's a gel-based pencil. I open and look down at the floor. We're going to take this and we're going to lift this and get right into the root of her eyelashes. Now I'm going to tell you something. You know, with this cream eyeshadow, Rosalie, once again being a little bit drier, this is great for her. If you live on the East Coast or in a more humid climate, you would want to basically use this as well with the eye primer underneath it and put a powder on top of it. Look down again for me, Dale. So we're taking this, getting it into that root of those eyelashes. Boom, boom, boom. Simple, easy. And now once again, open. Now you look at how the diminished eyelashes at the age of 78, which she does have fabulous eyelashes for her age. Do you use anything as a growth enhancement product on there?
I do yours.
Okay, good. So she uses the Revitalash, which is wonderful. That's a great product. And have you seen great results with it?
I've only used it for 2 weeks.
Okay, so no, she shouldn't be seeing great results yet, okay? So now, if you wanted to go for something with a little bit more drama on it, we're going to be using another eyeliner underneath your eye. But on a quick, easy basis for Rosalie, I don't really think that she needs eyeliner underneath her eye, but she's going to be having a hot date today probably, right, for lunch?
Sure.
Yeah, sure. We can always make believe, right? You know, so go ahead and look all the way up. And we're going to be taking the topaz underneath her eye. But you know what? She's probably going to go sit at the bar, order herself a wonderful martini for lunch, and she's going to meet the man of her dreams within the next 15 minutes because her eyes are popping. Look all the way up. So we're taking this, and notice how we're using a different color. We're using navy above the eye, which gives an uplifted appearance. We're using topaz under the eye, which is this beautiful kind of soft khaki brown with a little shimmer. I don't want to put a hard navy underneath her eye or on most people's eyes unless we're going to take them out clubbing or something like that. And Sierra, who's 20-some years old, she can do that. But even during her day, usually while she's here at work at More for Life, she uses a softer liner underneath. So then what we're going to do is we're going to just take a simple mascara, and we're going to be putting this onto her eyelashes and really celebrate these amazing eyelashes that she has. And so I want you to look down for me, taking her mascara. Whoops. Always dab that off if you need to do it on a tissue or on your hand. Boom, boom, boom. Uplift, uplift, uplift. Always making sure you're getting your mascara at the root of those eyelashes and pulling it all the way through. Look down again. Lift, lift, lift. You don't have to lift your eye like this. I do it just so Rosalie doesn't blink or something, okay? Getting that into the root of those eyelashes. I will tell you it's a little hard doing makeup from the side like this. But you can look and see and just see how she is coming to life already. You're seeing it. But what you're also noticing is you're noticing the eyes are popping, right? But the rest of the face is looking a little drawn right now because there's no color or anything on the face because we took all the color away, right? So, as I always say, your eyes are your Dinah Ross, your cheeks and your lips are your Supremes. So now we're going to bring a little bit of warmth because Rosalie has been a woman in the years gone past that actually celebrated the sun a little bit, didn't you? Yes.
I did.
Exactly. But we all did because we didn't know what it was going to do to us back then. And most definitely in my generation, and I know Rosalie's generation, we didn't have the protectants that they now have today that are healthy and good, okay? So what you're going to do is we're going to be taking a product called Fit and Flesh. This is wonderful for somebody who has drier skin because all it is, it's basically a gel-based bronzer, which I love. And you're going to basically just take this into your hands like this. Boom, boom, boom. Give me a big smile, Rosalie. You're going to take this and you're going to just press this onto the face. So we love something that's going to be dewy. It's going to be fresh. It's going to be glowing. This is also going to be working as almost a moisturizer. It's a BB base to it, so it's really hydrating. It's going to return youthfulness to the face through the properties that are in it, but also just the glow and the tan. We don't have to look like Magda from Something About Mary, as we talked about the other day. We're going to just give this wonderful glow again, and you see how life is coming back to her face, right? So now we need a little bit of color, and this is going to be the shocker for everybody here, I think. We're going to be, you okay? We're going to be using a gel-based blush on her called Fever, and I am not scary here, okay? But this is a wonderful, scary kind of color, and it's going to be simple and it's going to be easy. What we're going to do with this is I'm going to be using my finger with this again. Love this. Just use your finger. Boom. Dabba, dabba, dabba. Give me a big smile. You're going to take it and you're going to put it on so you look like the little old lady sitting in the front pew of the church. Big smile, boom, 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 like that. And she looks kind of scary right now, doesn't she? And no, she's not going to look that way very long. What we're now going to do is we're going to take our foundation brush and big smile again. And we're going to blend this down so it will look like it's coming right out of her skin. Beautiful, simple, easy, and fresh. You know, the one thing that Rosalie said to me is she didn't want to look like she had too much makeup on. But one thing I do know about Rosalie in the little bit of time I've been working with her is she does like to look good often, don't you, Rosalie?
I do.
You know, she's a woman who has worked hard to look good over the years and into, you know, whatever she's going to do in the next stage of her life. If it's another career or whatever, even at the age of 78, she's a woman, as I said, doesn't want to keep stopping, right? You just want to keep growing and moving, right?
Absolutely.
Exactly. As my mother always said, the day that you want to stop learning is the day you need to close the casket. So right there, boom. Look at that freshness we've got going on. And we're going to bring that down in a minute again, just a second. And now what we're going to do is we're going to be just putting a little bit of a lipstick and a lip gloss on her. And if my beautiful assistant Sierra can get me the number 60 lip liner and the confetti lip gloss, that would be great. I appreciate that. Missing a couple things here today. I apologize. Thank you. So what we're going to do now is one thing that Rosalie said to me is she wanted something that's going to be very lightweight and long wearing, and she wanted something that's not going to go into the fine lines and wrinkles of the lip, okay? So what we're going to be doing, open for me lightly. You're going to be taking this. This is great because it's a little bit of a berry tone that gives her a little bit of color, a little bit brighter than what her lip is. And lift up a little bit for me. And we're going to come right up here to the top. And yes, she's got a beautiful lip. But what she also has is the disappearing lip, don't you, Rosalie?
It went away.
It went away. Way to go. But you can see that color on the face right now, too. So now what we're going to do is we're going to be taking the lip gloss called Confetti, and this is going to brighten and freshen the face as we just put it on. Love this color. Boom, boom, boom. It was made for a magazine here in Denver, Colorado called Confetti Magazine, but it has been one of our top sellers. It's a soft, beautiful, fleshy coral. You're going to take this, put it onto the lip. Open for me. Boom, boom, boom. One quick, easy, and we're just really using this for moisture and a touch of color. And a lot of times, I am using a lip brush with this. All you have to do is just basically take this and put it right onto the lip, and it's great for just a simple, easy way of doing it. So now, what questions do you have? Do not hesitate to send me an email if you want to know more things that we could have done for Rosalie or other ways of doing them, because this is just one woman who is 78 years old, or I'm one man who is 55. This is not something that's going to be individual for every single person in this age range, okay? It's going to be correct for what you are. And just remember, we do have our spring refresher special right now, which is usually $125, and it's on special for the month of March for $70. And if you can't get in the month of March, I understand that, but you do need to purchase it in the month of March, okay? So what I love about this is you're seeing a woman who's bright, who's fresh. It looks quite a little bit heavier right now in front of the screen, but I guarantee you she walks on the streets of Cherry Creek North in Denver, Colorado, and people are just gonna look, why does that woman look so young, so radiant, and so fresh? Thank you so much. I'm Michael Moore with Teaching Tuesday, 303-484-1857, or Michael at moreforlife.com. See you next Tuesday. Bye.